Well, Bill, Hanover schools gave families the option to do either fully in-person or fully virtual learning to start the school year. But after those positive COVID-19 cases, for Liberty Middle School families, it seems that option might not be one anymore. These Hanover buses would normally pick up middle school kids, but instead sit empty Tuesday. 3 employees at Liberty Middle School tested positive for COVID-19, and news of the cases came hours before some students were set to return to the building. Hanover school officials say they're optimistic that virtual instruction will begin for all Liberty students on Thursday.
When we heard of the second case, we started to get a little bit nervous.
Dr. Thomas FRANCK leads the CHICKAHOMINY Health District. His team worked to identify and trace those exposed to the positive cases at Liberty Middle and says, though far from ideal, this serves as a real-world test of their virus surveillance system in schools.
Timing couldn't have been much worse here right the day before school opens. But you know, there's COVID-19 going around in the community, and so, you know, as people start to come back, we're going to discover cases of COVID-19 that probably wouldn't have been discovered anyway.
Still, the decision to close the school building came quick and last minute, meaning families had to pivot quickly too. Hanover is the largest local district to allow some students back into school buildings, and 61% opted to attend in person to start the year. We caught up with the state superintendent of instruction, Dr. James Lane, who asks families for patience when situations like this arise.
The community has to be prepared for flexibility. You know, COVID-19 will write the rules, and I think we have great administrators in all of our school districts, and they're going to find solutions.
COVID-19 is it can present as anything.
Dr. Frank says 2 of the 3 cases at Liberty Middle showed mild symptoms and then got tested. An example, he says, of why seeking help when you feel sick is the only move these days.
My advice to everybody in general is just have a low threshold for assuming you might have COVID-19. So if you have any symptoms at all.
Local health officials are offering testing to anyone who's been inside Liberty Middle School over the past 2 weeks. Working for you in Hanover, Jake Burns, CBS 6 News.